National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a widely adopted standard for safe electrical installations in the United States. To determine which U.S. states and territories have adopted the NEC and to ascertain which edition they are currently enforcing, consult the official resources provided by the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA. The NFPA maintains a list of U.S. states and territories that have adopted the NEC. This list can typically be found on the NFPA website. To locate the list, navigate to the section of the NFPA website dedicated to the National Electrical Code. Look for resources related to NEC adoption by state. The NFPA often provides a downloadable document, usually in PDF format, that contains a comprehensive list of jurisdictions and the corresponding NEC edition they have adopted. The document outlines which states, territories, and in some cases municipalities have embraced the NEC. It also specifies the particular edition of the NEC that is in effect in each of those locations. It's crucial to understand that the information provided in the NFPA document, while generally reliable, may not always reflect the most up-to-the-minute status. Code adoption and amendments can occur at any time, and there might be a lag between when a jurisdiction updates its codes and when the NFPA updates its published list. Therefore, it's always best practice to directly verify the current NEC edition in force with your local building department or electrical authority. Your local building department is the definitive source for determining which edition of the NEC is currently being enforced in your specific area. They will also be able to inform you of any local amendments or modifications to the NEC that may be in effect. These local variations can be significant, and it's essential to be aware of them to ensure compliance with all applicable electrical codes. In summary, firstly, consult the NFPA website for their list of NEC adoptions by state. Secondly, download and review the PDF document to identify the NEC edition adopted by various jurisdictions. Thirdly, always confirm the current NEC edition and any local amendments with your local building department. By following these steps, you can obtain the most accurate and up-to-date information regarding NEC adoption in the U.S. states and territories. The NEC is updated every 3 years. This means that the electrical codes in use in any given place could be different from the newest one and different from each other. It is important to know which NEC version a project is using because there can be significant code changes from version to version. For example, a state may have adopted the 2017 version of the NEC. When the 2020 version came out, the state might wait a year or two before considering and adopting that version. Then, they could make amendments to the 2020 version before adopting it as state law. The Electrical Inspection Authority having jurisdiction, or OJ, in the state would be in charge of all of this. It is not uncommon for different cities and counties within a single state to have adopted different versions of the NEC. Or, they may have the same version of the NEC, but the local AHJ has amendments to the NEC that are different from the state. The NEC is a comprehensive document containing requirements for a wide range of electrical installations. The NEC addresses wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, equipment installation, and many other aspects of electrical safety. It is divided into chapters, articles, and sections, each covering a specific topic. Some key areas covered in the NEC include general requirements for electrical installations, wiring and protection, wiring methods and materials, equipment for general use, special occupancies, special equipment, and communication systems. Article 90.1 states the NEC is a document which covers the minimum requirements and standards for electrical safety. The NEC is not intended to be a design specification or an instruction manual. It is the responsibility of qualified electrical professionals to apply the NEC correctly in their work. Electrical installations that comply with the NEC are generally considered to be safe and free from hazard. However, it is important to note that compliance with the NEC does not guarantee that an electrical installation is perfect or without risk. The NEC is intended to reduce risk, but it cannot eliminate all potential hazards. Electrical work should only be performed by qualified individuals who have the necessary training and experience to do the job safely. It is also important to follow all applicable safety precautions when working with electricity, such as wearing appropriate personal protective equipment, using insulated tools, and energizing circuits before working on them. It is important to remember that the NEC is a living document that is constantly being updated to reflect changes in technology and best practices. It is essential for electrical professionals to stay up to date on the latest edition of the NEC and any applicable local amendments. Firstly, the NEC is updated every 3 years to incorporate technological advancements, address emerging safety concerns, and clarify existing requirements. Secondly, the NEC undergoes a rigorous revision process involving input from a wide range of stakeholders, including electrical engineers, contractors, inspectors, manufacturers, and safety experts. Thirdly, the NFPA facilitates the NEC revision process through a series of technical committees responsible for specific sections of the code. Fourthly, each technical committee reviews proposals for changes to its assigned portion of the NEC, considers public comments, and develops recommendations for revisions. Fifthly, the proposed revisions are then subject to further review and approval by the NFPA Standards Council before being incorporated into the next edition of the NEC. Sixthly, the NEC is widely adopted by states, counties, and municipalities throughout the United States. Seventhly, the NEC provides a comprehensive set of requirements for safe electrical installations, covering topics such as wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. Eighthly, compliance with the NEC is typically required by law, and electrical installations must be inspected and approved by qualified inspectors to ensure they meet the code requirements. Ninthly, the NEC is not intended to be a design manual or a substitute for engineering judgment. It provides minimum requirements for safety, and qualified electrical professionals are responsible for applying the code appropriately in their work. Tenthly, the NEC is an essential tool for ensuring the safety of electrical installations and protecting people and property from electrical hazards. Understanding the structure and content of the NEC is crucial for electrical professionals and anyone involved in electrical work. The NEC is organized into chapters, articles, and sections, each addressing specific aspects of electrical installations. The chapters provide a broad overview of different areas of electrical work. The articles delve into specific topics within each chapter. The sections provide detailed requirements for specific installations. Chapter 1 of the NEC covers general requirements, including scope, definitions, and rules for installation. Chapter 2 addresses wiring and protection, including requirements for overcurrent protection, grounding, and bonding. Chapter 3 covers wiring methods and materials, including requirements for different types of cables, conduits, and raceways. Chapter 4 addresses equipment for general use, including requirements for lighting fixtures, appliances, and motors. Chapter 5 covers special occupancies, such as hazardous locations, healthcare facilities, and places of assembly. Chapter 6 addresses special equipment, such as electric signs, elevators, and electric vehicles. Chapter 7 covers special conditions, such as emergency systems, fire alarm systems, and communication systems. Chapter 8 covers communication systems such as telephone, data, and cable television systems. Chapter 9 contains tables and examples to aid in the application of the NEC. Understanding the organization of the NEC is essential for quickly locating the requirements relevant to a specific electrical installation. The NEC contains numerous tables and examples to assist electrical professionals in applying the code correctly. These tables provide information such as conductor ampacity, conduit fill, and grounding electrode size. Examples illustrate how to apply specific code requirements in common electrical installation scenarios. Using the tables and examples correctly is essential for ensuring compliance with the NEC and for performing safe and effective electrical work. The NEC is not intended to be a substitute for engineering judgment. Qualified electrical professionals must use their knowledge and experience to make informed decisions about electrical installations, taking into account the specific circumstances of each project. The NEC provides minimum requirements for safety, but it is up to the electrical professional to determine the best way to achieve those requirements in a given situation. The NEC is a complex and comprehensive document that requires careful study and application. The electrical professional should invest the time and effort necessary to understand the NEC thoroughly and to apply it correctly in their work. Continuing education courses, seminars, and workshops can help electrical professionals stay up to date on the latest edition of the NEC and to improve their understanding of electrical safety practices. The National Electrical Code is essential for all aspects of safety.